salty dog. Candy man, salty dog. Candy man, salty dog. Well, if you won't be my candy man, I won't be your salty dog.
Welcome to Junk Food on the Road. Today we are going to talk about
Italy.
Specifically Venice.
Yeah.
Because we spent, oh my goodness, it's probably like 6 years ago now.
I don't think it's been that long.
It's been pretty long. But we spent a long weekend there, and we had an excellent time.
Both of us had been there before. Maybe
I had not been there before.
Not Venice, but Italy.
I'd been to Rome.
Yeah.
Just on a quick business trip, though. So
I've been to Rome, pizza.
I ate prosciutto and rocket salad for dinner one night, and that was amazing. When I went to Rome.
Yeah. I liked Italy a lot when I went. I went when I was younger, and I remember liking. I went to Venice when I went, and I remember pretty much liking the same things that I liked on our trip to Venice. So either I subconsciously sort of, when we went to Venice, went, these are the things I like, let's go get them. Or it just happens to be that those are the good things.
I feel like, we weren't seeking out any particular thing in Venice. We found that bruschetta. Bruschetta? Is it bruschetta or bruschetta?
I don't know. We
need an Italian person.
Yeah. So any Italian people want to comment, that would be okay.
Yeah. So best somethingetta that I've ever had.
That was amazing. It was expensive though.
Yeah, but it was worth it. I mean, it was huge for bruschetta.
Yeah.
You notice that sort of combined pronunciation.
Bruschetta. And it had like lots of ingredients. It wasn't just like your standard chopped up tomato with.
Yeah, it was like it was.
It's like a pizza bruschetta.
I was going to say that it was sort of like a pizza style kind of thing. Like the bread was still the like baguette style bread, but it was bigger. And it just had, like, these amazing toppings. I mean, of course, it had the sort of tomato...
like sauce.
Yeah.
It was a little chunkier than most... Like, it wasn't like a pizza sauce.
No. It was like a bruschetta sauce.
Yeah.
Bruschetta sauce. I'm just going to call it those things.
But yeah, that was one of the other thing I remember. I don't remember the name of the place, but we went to this little place where we got, like, little like, hors d'oeuvre size.
Open-faced sandwiches.
Yeah, that had... And one of them we tried was a warthog, what was it, wild boar.
Wild boar cold cut.
Yeah.
Something. It just had this amazing array of flavors. And it was a lunch. It wasn't an appetizer because, like, you ordered it, like, in plates of a dozen of these things.
Yeah, and then you just ate them, and you get, like, a mixed bag of whatever they had with pâtés and various meats on it and stuff like that.
And the thing was, they were... Absolutely. We found this place by getting lost completely.
Which is the theme of Venice.
It's a hard city to figure out where to go.
And just as a side note, before we get into this restaurant, I should tell you that GPS does not work in Venice because the streets are so sort of clustered together and walking streets and everything like that. So your GPS never knows what street you're on.
Yeah. What you need is a magic map that shows you the whole city and can somehow magically pinpoint where you are at the same time.
Yeah.
Because your GPS is not going to do it.
The one from Harry Potter would do.
Yeah, that would be fine, like a
Marauder's map. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's just with just you on it though. You don't need to see Snape.
No. But yeah, the sandwich or this open-faced sandwich place we just stumbled upon.
We were like roaming around, and then we went into this like desolate-looking area. Like there was nobody around, and there was like this little square. And we sort of walked into the square, and it's like, okay, where do we go from here to try and unlose ourselves? And then we looked down this tiny alleyway and saw a sign that said, I don't even remember what it was called. And so we're like, well, let's check that out. Nothing else, we can get directions. And then it just looked adorable. The shop was adorable. The sandwich things were extremely attractive.
Yeah.
Like, not only did they taste delicious and were presented really well, like on those sort of black slate plate things, but they were absolutely delicious.
And every cut was like on the piece of bread perfectly.
They were like little pieces of art.
Yeah.
Although I did not feel bad about eating them at all because they were so yummy.
Yeah, they were. I don't think there was a bad one in the bunch.
Yeah. And I if anybody wants to try and recreate our experience, I don't remember what it's called. I have no idea where in Venice we were or how we ever managed to find our way away from it. But at least on a full stomach, we were a little calmer.
Yeah.
And
I mean that again, that was part of our. I think at the beginning of our trip we would get lost, and then afterwards we would get lost with purpose.
yeah. I can't even say it was near a canal because I don't think we saw a canal for at least 4 or 5 turns before we actually found that place.
Having said that, we could have been walking along a canal.
Yeah, you know, it's so you're just so losable in canal in like.
And it's weird. You'll go on a sidewalk, and something will just sort of end at water.
At water, and there'll be just like buildings right up to the water on either side of you, and they're like, okay, well this is a really cruel kind of dead end.
Yeah.
You could just. If you're not paying attention, you could just walk off the thing.
That's why this episode will not help you find anything.
Yeah.
I do remember, one of the things I remember getting is we went to there's 2 things I got snack-wise in Venice that I remember. We got a green cookie at one point. It was near the end of our trip, and it had chocolate in it.
Pistachio flavored?
I think it was pistachio flavored with chocolate chips. And it was kind of meringue, but not quite. It was this giant green cookie.
I do not remember this cookie at all, but I probably didn't eat any of it either.
I think you did, because it was really good.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
I remember, and this is probably like a terrible stereotype, but I remember going to a pizzeria that was amazing.
Yeah, I find Italian pizza to be a mixed bag, actually. I find
that stuff was really good.
That was good, yeah. The other thing I remember getting there, which actually I did a review on, which is online already on candycritic.org, was the chocolate salami. We went to like this bakery and they had like a little salami. It looked like a regular little salami, but it turned out to be like chocolates with nuts.
I kind of remember that.
Yeah.
It was a long time ago.
So yeah, I remember getting that, and that was okay. The chocolate in Italy, I mean, a lot of people rave about Italy and chocolate, but as far as if you put it on sort of the global standard.
But if you've been to Belgium, like.
Well, if you put it on the global standard, it's good. If you put it on the European standard, it's meh. It's okay, but it's not like German, Belgian, Swiss, French even. French is on the low end of good. Belgian and Swiss and
Belgian.
Yeah, Belgian, Swiss, and then
Belgian.
Yeah, Belgian is generally the best. But a lot of people like Italy, but I think it's because when you compare like North American chocolate and Asian chocolate, and you compare it to any European chocolate, even like just the Cadbury bar you buy at a drugstore, it's better. So I could see people going to Italy, the chocolate's so good, and it's like, well,
it's better than North American.
It's better than North American chocolate for the most part.
Yeah.
But it's not the highest end European stuff, and it's not even British. Some British chocolate is better than.
Oh, there's great British chocolate.
Yeah.
And there's one Greek chocolate that's amazing.
Yeah. So but I'm saying it's about average. Italy's about average for chocolate. You'll find some good chocolate there for sure. But I would never tell somebody to go to Italy to go to get chocolate, which people do. People are really into it. The one thing they have a lot of is boozy chocolate. So it's like, I even remember when we were on that trip, like we'd go through like these like bakeries and they'd sell have like a little chocolate section. And a lot of them were like the little bottles of booze chocolates and stuff like that.
The baked goods though were unbelievable.
Yeah, we went to a couple there was the green cookie. But
croissants and...
Yeah, we went to a couple of cafes, I think, and just sort of sat down and enjoyed that sort of stuff.
Big fluffy donuts with lots of whipping cream type stuff on it.
In general, that was pretty... I don't know if we had any pasta, though. Did we?
I did not have any pasta.
I can't remember having any pasta. I mean,
I don't really remember what we ate
a
lot of the time because it was so long ago.
But in general, even when I went to Europe when I was a kid, I had pasta a few times. But I mean, I like Italian pasta, but I find that it's not necessarily much better than what you find in, or at least the places I've been to. I've never been to sort of the countryside, so I've heard that there's some areas of the country that have really good fresh pastas. Cause
I feel like we need to do more of Italy.
Yeah, probably.
I mean, I had like 2 nights in Rome and 1 day.
Yeah.
That I spent in meeting rooms.
Yeah.
And that 4 nights, 3 days in Venice.
Yeah, and I did mine like way back, and then with the 4 days and 4 nights. Yeah, I mean,
I just remember the prosciutto and rocket salad in Rome was unbelievable. And then I met some friends, and they hadn't eaten yet, so we went to a pizzeria, and I just felt like I got the better end of that deal.
Mm.
I mean, the pizza was probably quite good.
Yeah.
It smelled amazing, but yum.
I think we can probably extract from this that, like, meats, like...
Meats in Italy,
are
yes.
very good.
Like,
So.
they're processed type meats.
Cured meats, we'll call it.
Cured meats, yeah.
The cured meats are quite... The mortadella, it was a wild boar mortadella.
Yes, that's what it was.
That's what it was.
That was amazing. But that was like just one of the 12 different types that we tried. And they were really, really good, too, because I'm allergic to fish and seafood, so they were really careful to give us a selection that didn't have any fish or seafood.
That was kind of the cool thing, is they actually made them.
Although they got one wrong.
They got one wrong, and I ate it. But the other thing I remember from this trip is gelato. We got some gelato. It was near where we were staying, sort of along one of the main walking streets. We got this gelato and just dripped with all kinds of, like, I think...
Didn't we visit, like, a bakery for breakfast every morning?
I think so, yeah.
Because our hotel didn't have breakfast with it.
Yeah. Hotels there are kind of meh.
Yeah. Well, there might be better ones.
Maybe. I remember...
We're kind of cheap when it comes to accommodation when we're traveling.
But I remember when I went there before when I was a kid, it wasn't great either.
Mm. I think I remember really enjoying the breakfasts. You could get really neat breakfasts in the bakeries. But
the gelato there is good. I think Venice is a great place to get gelato. They have a lot of flavors. There's a lot of places to get it. I think maybe a lot of it is... I don't think a lot of it is made because a lot of the gelato places are really small, so I don't think they're crafting gelatos all night in these little places, and they're probably all made in the same place.
Maybe.
But they were really good. I really enjoyed the gelatos. We got it a couple times there.
I don't remember.
And it was really, really good. Like, I distinctly remember it.
I don't remember. I don't think I would have had gelato there because it was cold when we went.
I think you had a couple flavor tastes of mine.
Tastes of yours, maybe?
Yeah.
Maybe.
They're real messy when they put the gelato in, though. They're not like, they don't make scoops. They have, like, the big sort of, it's almost like a flat scoop, and then they just kind of smear it into your cup and then dripping down the side a little bit.
Yeah.
So it's actually kind of a pain to eat, but, you get so much because they fill it up nice and full, so you can't really complain too much. And generally, I think they're made recently. Like, a lot of them are made that day or close to it. I think there is a certain pride in having fresh gelato, which is something... I think gelato is known for being fresh, but ice cream often isn't as much. And except for, like, a few places, a lot of times in the world, ice cream, nobody really puts the value in fresh ice cream. But it's so good. But
there was glass. There was the colored glass.
Yeah.
From Murano, which is like just an island right off the main island.
Yeah. And I remember that, if you want to talk food, they had I remember they had little decorations, like you get like a bowl of cherries made out of glass and stuff.
Yeah, their glassworks are phenomenal.
Yeah. Although a lot of the glasswork stuff, like I like the glass, we got a set of glasses, but a lot of the glassworks, like the decoration stuff, I kind of look at it and go, that just looks like it'll be a pain to dust in a year. That's pretty much my opinion.
And some of it was a little over the top with the amount of color that went into it.
Yeah.
But
like a bowl of fruit made out of glass is kind of like, well, that's not going to be useful at all for anybody in a year.
Yeah. Some people like it.
Some people do. Hey, if you like it, fine, but...
If we had people to clean up after us, maybe it would be all right.
No. Yeah. So I think there'll probably be a part 2 of Italy at some point. Not because we have more to talk about it, but because we'll probably go back and explore it.
Yeah, it would be nice to go to the southern part.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind going to the southern part and going to the countryside. It'd be a nice road trip, I think.
Yeah.
Kind of drive around Italy and everything like that.
Yeah.
So.
It sounds crazy to drive in Italy, but...
I think the countryside's a little different.
I drive in Cambodia.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, there'll be another part to this. We'll keep this one short.
I'm sure that we probably prattled on quite long enough anyway.
Yep. So we have, just to give you a little preview, I think we have an episode or 2 coming up
of junk food on the
road. We're hoping we've got a trip coming up.
Don't spoil the surprise.
And we're hoping to record. If we can, we'll do it.
We'll try.
Yep, we'll try.
The last time we did that, we almost got in an accident with an 18-wheeler.
No, the last time we did that was in Finland. It was one of our most popular episodes.
Oh, yes. that's right. Well, we weren't driving at the time, so that was much safer.
Yeah, so, but we won't be driving this time because I don't even think we have a car on this next adventure. So, well, thanks for listening to another episode of Junk Food on the Road. We talked briefly about Italy, and again, we'll probably do a comeback on this one. As always, you can follow us on Twitter @CandyCritic, or go to candycritic.org and find links to all of our other social media. You can also go to patreon.com/candycritic, and you can support us and get all kinds of extra content, and you get these things in advance. So as soon as we finish recording them, I pop them online, and you guys on Patreon can listen to this early. So thanks for listening. We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Candyman, salty dog. Candyman, salty dog. Candyman, salty dog. Well, if you won't be my Candyman, I won't be your salty dog. Little red light, little green light, little red light, little green light, little red light, little green light. The way you stop on the red and go on the green, don't you mess with Mr. In Between. Run and get the bucket, get your baby some beer. Run and get the bucket, get your baby some beer. Run and get the bucket, get your baby some beer. Run and get the bucket, get your baby some beer. Run and get the bucket, get your baby some beer. Well, I'm doing the thing in this God Almighty world. Keep my Candyman here. Gingerbread man, Santa Claus. Gingerbread man, Santa Claus. Gingerbread man, Santa Claus. Well, gingerbread man with razors for his eyes, will eat just quick as I can. Candyman, been here and gone. Candyman, been here and gone. Candyman, been here and gone. I'd do anything in this God Almighty world that would keep my Candyman home.